This week, I'm copying an attitude about the need to sometimes reassess our reality and reset our thinking. Last week, I was driving home on the outer belt when, out of the blue, going at 65 miles an hour, something bam hits me on the side, on my driver's side. In that moment, I fully expected that my car would start to spin out, I would lose control. I'd start to hear multiple bangs of other cars hitting me, hitting someone else. I didn't really know what happened, but I kept driving forward and I wasn't losing control. And then I glanced to my left and see my driver's side mirror is almost gone. It's like dangling there. Something obviously happened. And then I looked forward, and this all happened, mind you, in the space of maybe 2 seconds. And the person that hit me was apparently driving off at a high rate of speed and not in what looked like much control. So I got pissed. Look, I had just been the victim of a hit and run. What are you supposed to do in that scenario? What's the protocol? Are you supposed to just pull over where you're at? And my car was still drivable. Well, I decided to get over to the right lane and call my husband. As I call him, I'm thinking, boy, there could be lots of things that could be happening right now. Someone else could be calling my husband saying, hey, Teresa's been in an accident. We're taking her to the hospital, or worse. And so I started to reassess my reality. It's a strategy I use lots of times to help me calm down in a situation that's otherwise negative. Say you get in a traffic jam. Well, I used to get pretty angry at that, and your blood pressure starts going up. Oh my gosh. I found that by the time I got to work, a lot of days I was really stressed out. So I started to think about, well, wait a minute. I'm not further down the road because I'm not supposed to be. Maybe if I were, some other situation would happen. Maybe they were having a medical emergency, or maybe they were running home to a child that had just called them with an emergency. The reality is that I don't know. Any of them could be true, and some of them calm me down, and some of them make me angry. So I can pick amongst them to select the possible reality that serves me in that moment. Think about how this applies to your relationships at work. Some relationships are really irritating, but they're people that you have to continue to work with on a day-to-day basis. And let's face it, once you have a few negative interactions with someone, it sets an expectation up that every interaction with them has the potential of being negative. So we assume it's going to be even before it starts. But we have to be careful of assigning meaning to things that were never intended. If we think we have a negative interaction with someone, we hear everything through that lens or through that filter, I guess, when in fact it may not have been intended. Like maybe they were sideswiped on 270 the night before. Just saying. Think about how you could reassess your reality and reset your expectations with that person. Maybe you're misreading what they're saying. They've selected a tone that didn't match up to what they meant to convey to you. Reassess your reality. Pick the possible choice of many that serves you. Reset that expectation for how a relationship moves forward. Have a good week.